Some people do not disappear because they stop caring. They disappear because everything inside them becomes too loud at once. When emotions pile up, explanations feel heavy. Responses feel impossible. Silence starts to feel safer than saying the wrong thing. This video is about the psychology behind that silence. Overwhelm is a nervous system response, not a choice. When people feel overwhelmed, their nervous system often shifts into survival mode. Psychologically, this is linked to the fight, flight, freeze response. Some people fight, some people react emotionally, and some people shut down. Disappearing is often a form of freeze. The brain reduces stimulation to protect itself. Messages feel demanding. Conversations feel like pressure. Even simple interactions feel exhausting. This is not intentional avoidance. It is a regulation. Research in trauma psychology shows that emotional overload reduces the brain's capacity for communication and decision-making. When the mind is flooded, it prioritizes safety over connection. That is why overwhelmed people struggle to explain what they feel. Words require energy they no longer have. Silence becomes a temporary shield. From the outside, it looks cold. From the inside, it feels necessary. Explaining yourself requires emotional capacity. Communication is not just about words. When someone is overwhelmed, those resources are depleted. They may know something is wrong but cannot organize it into sentences. Psychology calls this cognitive overload. Explaining feels like another task added to an already full system. Saying the wrong thing feels more dangerous than saying nothing. This is especially common in people who learned early in life that their emotions were inconvenient. Disappearing becomes a learned coping strategy. Disappearing is often about self-preservation. Overwhelmed people are not trying to punish others. They are trying to survive internally. Self-preservation does not always look healthy, but it is understandable. Psychology shows that when emotional demands exceed coping skills, withdrawal becomes likely. Stepping away reduces sensory and emotional input. It creates breathing room. Many people disappear because they do not trust themselves to stay present without breaking down. It gives them space to stabilize before re-engaging. Unfortunately, this strategy is often misunderstood as indifference. In reality, it is often the opposite. They care too much and feel too little capacity to manage that care. High empathy increases the risk of withdrawal. Highly empathetic people are more sensitive to emotional environments. They absorb tension, expectations, and unspoken emotions. Over time, this leads to emotional fatigue. Research on empathy burnout shows that constant emotional attunement without boundaries leads to exhaustion. When empathy turns into overload, withdrawal becomes a defense. Disappearing helps them stop absorbing external emotions. It creates emotional quiet. These individuals often disappear suddenly because the buildup happens slowly. By the time they withdraw, they are already depleted. They do not leave because they stopped caring. They leave because caring costs them too much. Silence feels safer than being vulnerable. Vulnerability requires trust. Overwhelmed people often feel unsafe expressing unfinished emotions. They may fear burdening others or being judged. Silence feels safer than exposing confusion or pain. Psychological studies on attachment show that people with avoidant or fearful patterns are more likely to withdraw under stress. Silence reduces the risk of rejection. It also avoids the discomfort of emotional negotiation. Unfortunately, silence also prevents repair. What protects them short-term can isolate them long-term. Disappearing during overwhelm is not a lack of care. It is often a lack of capacity. It is a sign that someone's inner world has become heavier than their ability to communicate. Understanding this does not mean accepting emotional neglect. It means recognizing that silence is sometimes a signal, not a statement. Healing happens when people learn to pause without vanishing and communicate without self-abandonment. If this video helped you understand yourself or someone else, please like it, share it with someone who needs it. Comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more psychology-based content.